And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the pregame show. Adam Gore, Jeremy Kennedy, and Jeremy. It's been 2 years in the making, and exciting night here in Calhoun County. Bruce, Calhoun City, the Schooner River rivalry back on.
60th edition of the Schooner River rivalry, and unfortunately, as you mentioned, there's been a 2-year hiatus. They're going to get back to playing tonight, back to playing on Thursday night, which is a lot of fun and should be a very good game. And as we always talk about with these rivalries, you always have to expect the unexpected, and there's going to be something unexpected that happens tonight.
Absolutely. Well, let's break down this real quick. You look at the all-time record, as you mentioned, the 60th playing of this. Bruce leads this all-time series, 36 wins to 21 losses and 2 ties. A lot of people would think that's going to be a little bit closer to a series of this, but Bruce pretty much dominated this from the get-go and part of the series. Calhoun City, they've won the last 2, but Bruce has dominated the series at home with a record of 18, 11, and 1. But as you said, throw all these records out the door when it comes to that. But history does prove that things were sort of on the side of Bruce.
There is a certain element there that you point to. But remember, the last time these two teams played at Bruce, Calhoun City got a big victory, 26-7, and that was back in 2005. And, as a matter of fact, that was the first year that. I was able to call that ball game, and it was really amazing atmosphere. Both teams were playing a little bit better then than they are now, but I don't think that will deter what should be a really great atmosphere again. And for Bruce, I think the home field will play a major role in their ability to keep it close.
Well, we looked at that stat. You look at Bruce, here's another stat that kind of counteracts that. Bruce is 0-4 at home this year. Not a stat any coach likes to see.
No, it's not. But then I'll play counterpoint. Calhoun City's 1-4 on the road. So both of these teams have had their struggles this season. We certainly documented both. And for Bruce, this we've talked about it all year long. 32 freshmen or sophomores out of the 38 or 40 players that they have. So and they've taken their lumps so far this year. Calhoun City, on the other hand, you're 5-5. Certainly, they haven't played as well as they potentially could have all throughout the year. So I think if you're Coach Ray or Bruce, you're telling your kids, look, all we want to do is get me to the fourth quarter and then let anything happen.
All right, now we take a look at this series. Started in 1930. Calhoun City picks up a 60-6 win over Bruce. Since that mark in 1930, this game has been decided by an average of 12.8 points per game. That's 59 games being played that close over average. That's impressive, no matter who the rivalry is.
No question about it, and that's what makes this such a really intense rivalry, and that's what makes it a rivalry. Two teams that don't have a direct fondness for one another, and also two teams that played closely over the years. I mentioned that the last time they played at Bruce, it was a little more lopsided. Calhoun City got a big win, but I think again you'll see this Bruce Trojan Ball Club come out and play well early. Now the question is, will they be able to sustain that for 4 quarters? Because as we all know, Calhoun City has a lot of talent, and if they can put it together, then this can be a big win for Calhoun City. But I think, again, when you talk about the rivalry, you talk about the two towns coming together, and this Bruce Trojan Ball Club, they're going to want to win one. Certainly they need to win one tonight to give themselves a shot at the playoffs, but no better way could they get themselves into the playoffs than beating their arch rival.
Yeah, we look at it, you said both these teams starting to come together. Calhoun City last week against Walnut passed for 306 yards. Bruce rushed for 325 against Manatee. So both these offenses sputtered early, but now starting to find their stride.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be the big difference. I've harped all year long, about putting pressure on the secondary in high school football, and I'm a firm believer. Anytime you can throw the football with effectiveness and accuracy and consistency in high school football, you've got a major advantage against any defense. Calhoun City can do that. Taylor Lawrence has done a tremendous job, and these guys, if Calhoun City can put pressure on the Bruce secondary, then they're going to be at a major advantage offensively. On the flip side, when you take a look at Bruce, 325 yards rushing last week. They're certainly not going to get that this week, I don't believe.
It'll be difficult.
It's because that Calhoun City front is, I believe, just too strong and too good up front. But they certainly are going to try to rely on the running game. They run it out of that spread offense, and so I think the difference is going to be whether or not if Calhoun City can pass effectively like they have the last few weeks, then I think they're going to be really tough to stop.
And you mentioned Taylor Lawrence, actually J.R. Jennings.
J.R. Jennings.
But Tay Lawrence could segue into that, is coming back this week. He broke his ankle at the a week or two before the start of the season. Really have missed him at the middle linebacker spot. I went out and watched practice one day, and he saw limited action, but looked good getting to the football. With him back in the middle linebacker spot, can really improve this Calhoun City team's defense.
Yeah, and you look to your middle linebacker to stop the run, and so that's why he's also vital in there as well. And you mentioned, obviously, I was talking about J.R. Jennings there, but with the way that Taylor Lawrence has been able to play all year, you mentioned the only question is whether or not he's going to be 100% after that injury that he had. If he is, then I think he's going to play a major role in being able to shut down this running game, and certainly with the type formation, the spread offense that Bruce likes to use in trying to run the football with screens and end arounds. It's going to put even more emphasis on whether or not Lawrence, from the middle linebacker position, can read those keys and make sure he's in position to make plays.
Absolutely. We talked about Bruce's running game last week, 325 on I think, 8 or 9 running back sort of platoon decision there. But really, you saw him against Hatley. The X factor for Bruce is going to be to play a Shaq Bush tonight and how well they can get him involved on offense and as well as special teams.
Yeah, if they want to be able to create any balance whatsoever. And one of the things I liked that the Trojans used against Hatley when we were there to watch their game is their ability to get him the ball on these little bubble screens and let him go. Get the ball out of your quarterback's hands, get it to Bush, and let him go. Let him make the plays. I think you could also see them take some shots down the field as well. But you're right. They have to get him involved early and often, take a little bit of pressure off of that running game, force Calhoun City to play back on its heels a little bit. And if they can do that, then they can settle in and then pound in that running game.
Absolutely. And the trophy you see in front of us, the Monitor Herald Schooner River Rivalry Trophy, it will be presented to the winner tonight of this contest. And speaking of that, on goresports.net, I did make my pick, and I don't normally pick whenever it comes to living in Calhoun County. The two Calhoun County teams are playing against each other, but I've got Calhoun City winning 28-21. Jeremy, your thoughts?
Yeah, we talked about Bruce playing well early and whether or not they could hang around. I'm going to go with conventional wisdom, and conventional wisdom tells me that Calhoun City is going to win this thing in a 2-touchdown margin, 31-14.
So there's our picks there. Of course, a lot of ball games to be played. Jeremy, you already talked about it. Anything can happen in this rivalry. That's what makes it such a great rivalry. Over the past 10 meetings, it's been decided by an average of 10 points. The last 5, an average of 7.6 points. So that tells you how competitive it is. And personally, Jeremy, I'm glad the rivalry's back. I've been a part of it a long time, and I know you and Ryan Whittington, who has moved on to bigger and better things in life.
Arguably.
Yeah, arguably.
But we'll go on.
Yeah, we'll ask Ryan's opinion about that.
Yeah.
But just you've been a part of a lot of rivalries through high school as well as some college games. Just talk about the atmosphere of your first ever Schooner River rivalry.
Well, yeah, it was really incredible. And the number one thing that really impressed me about it was the way that the towns got behind it. We always talk about, maybe the players' parents and coaches' wives and maybe a few here and there, people from the town that like to go occasionally to watch football games. Not in this rivalry. It was at Bruce. Bruce had shut down that afternoon. Everybody was there, and I remember as Ryan and I were getting set to go on the air, and you were there, kind of producing us and getting us on our feet, and Steve and Chris was there running the camera, and I remember being on top of the press box and looking out, and I don't know if you remember the movie Field of Dreams at the end where the cars are lined up. It was exactly like that. I mean, people were still filing into kickoff, and it wasn't because they were Johnny-come-lately crowd. Traffic wouldn't allow them to get there earlier, and so it was a great atmosphere. First from the fans. Calhoun City's fans traveled extremely well. They always do. And you could just tell right before kickoff that this was a little bit different. This rivalry really was a little bit different. It meant something to both towns. It meant something to the people, and certainly the players and coaches. And it certainly put a major impression upon me that this is what you really think about when you think about high school football in the Deep South and what it means to the communities and what it means to these players. And as I mentioned, the ball game, at the beginning kind of lived up to the hype, and then Calhoun City, due to their talent, kind of pulled away a little bit. But it was a really, really unique experience and one that I've been looking forward to having again, and hopefully tonight will be that night.
Absolutely. So we're just moments away from kickoff. We want to remind everyone to stay tuned as we'll be after this commercial break. We're going to send it over to Trojan Field for Steve Witten, Robert Sutherland, and Stephen Chris, who will be at the field. We'll be back here at halftime to break down our first half thoughts as well as post game as well. So we'll take it to a break, and when we come back, we'll be field level with Steve and Cupcake right after this.
Jamboree to discuss the need for a new junior high field house. At that time, it was an old field house that could have easily been condemned. During this meeting, the administration, the athletic supporters, and the coaches decided that they would work together to raise the money and provide a new building that would house the junior high football team, serve as the team's visiting locker room, and provide office space for various coaches. The endeavor began with a series of meetings to plan the construction of the building. The plan was to have the building completed before the first junior high game. As construction was getting ready to begin, the old building was torn down and hauled away. After that, the outside structure was erected by Wade Blunt and his crew. With the generous donations of individuals and businesses, and the hard work of several volunteers, the building was completed in August of 2006. The Athletic Booster Club agreed to pay on the building each year until the building was paid in full. The money from the football program was designated to make this possible. This past September, 3 years and 3 months after the project was started, the $55,000 structure was paid for in full. Tonight, as the athletic boosters burn the note for the field house, they would like for you to join them in thanking the many individuals, businesses, and volunteers that made all of this possible. Thank you, Bruce Athletic Boosters, and go! I'd like to recognize our seniors in football, cheerleading, and band. We'll begin with the senior football players. Number 82, Justin Green. Justin has been a member of the Trojan football team for 6 years. He's the son of Bruce and Allison Green. Number 1, Rod Harris. Rod played 1 year of junior high football and 1 year of varsity football. He's the son of comedian Bernard Miller. Number 20, Nicholas Alexander Smith. Nick has played 1 year of Trojan football. He's the son of Anna Harper and Sinatra Stevens. Senior cheerleaders, Taylor Cotton. Taylor Cotton has been a varsity cheerleader for 2 years and captain her senior year. She's the daughter of Tammy and Scott Cotton. She's escorted by her mother and her grandfather, Tom Weeks. Jessica Hubbard. Jessica has been a varsity cheerleader for 3 years. She's the daughter of Cindy and Gerald Hubbard. And Claire Mullen. And Claire has been a varsity cheerleader for 3 years. She's the daughter of Karen and Chuck Mullen and Rodney and Jenny Mullen. Chelsea Owen. Chelsea has been a varsity cheerleader for 3 years and Brutus mascot for 1 year. She's the daughter of Ronnie and Angie Owen. Kim Walker. Kim has been a varsity cheerleader for 3 years, and she is co-captain for her senior year. She's also been a member of the BHS color guard for 2 years. She is the daughter of Reverend Mark Walker and Doris Walker. And now our senior band members, Charlitha Armstrong. Charlitha has been a member of the BHS color guard for 1 year. She's the daughter of Charlotte Armstrong and Michael Griffiths. Zantaria Edwards. Zan has been a member of the BHS band for 2 years. She's the daughter of Stella Lane and Horace Edwards Jr. DeAndrea Gladney. DeAndrea has been a member of the band for 7 years and a BHS color guard member for 2 years. She's the daughter of Douglas and Rosie Gladney. Brianna Longest. Brianna has been a member of the band for 6 years and color guard member for 2 years. She's the daughter of Scott and Donna Longest. Shantanesia Latifia Molly Moore. Molly has been a member of the BHS band for 1 year. She's the daughter of Jesse Liggins and Nathan Liggins. Brittany Stone. Brittany has been a member of the BHS band for 7 years and color guard member for 3 years. She's the daughter of Gene and Ronald Stone. She's escorted tonight by Brandon Stone. Dustin Vance. Dustin has been a member of the BHS band for 6 years and is a drum major in his senior year. Dustin is the son of Katrina and Carl Bollinger and the late Royce Vance. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2009 seniors for Bruce High School football cheerleader and the Bruce marching band. Bruce Dry Cleaners, Clint's Pit Stop, Artifacts, Beer Cruise, Cottage Tea Room, Hayes Creations, and Farm Bureau.
Walk down there, get on this step, and go down through it.
picture. Give her a picture.
Number 1, Rod Harris. Number 20, Nick Smith. Number 82, Dustin Green. And number 11, Russ Owen.
These two schools that are represented here tonight. And Father, as we come together in the spirit of competition, we pray, dear Lord, that your hand would be upon each one, each player, each coach, each referee. And Father, we just pray that you'll be with our visitors tonight, Father, that you would just see them safely home as they travel, dear Lord. Father, we just thank you so much for all that you do and pray that we might be your witnesses tonight, your people. And may you receive all glory. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
And welcome to W07BN High School football here on Thursday night with a rivalry game between the Calhoun City Wildcats and the Bruce Trojans. After a spectacular and eventful pregame show of floats and senior appreciation, this game's about to get ready, Robert, and we're looking really forward with this, especially since the rain has held off.
You're exactly right, Stephen. I wondered all day whether or not the rain would hold off, but it seems to be so far that the rain is going to hold off for the night's ball game. Nevertheless, the field is still wet, but both teams have battled with this pretty much all season, so we shouldn't see the wet field playing too much of a factor into tonight's game.
The Bruce Trojans won the toss, but however, they deferred to the second half, so Calhoun City Wildcats will be receiving. And the crowd is actually still filling into the stadium tonight. And as you can hear, the Bruce side at least is getting going there. The Wildcats on their side of the field are standing up and cheering. And here we go. There's the kick. It's going to get down to about the 19-yard line where Aaron Thompson will pick up the ball, and he's making a break for it. He's at the 45, 40, 30, 30, touchdown. I mean, he covered the last bit of the ground so fast, no reason to call it. So Aaron Thompson put 6 points on the board for the Wildcats in the first, what is that, 8 seconds or so?
Yeah, probably first 14 seconds anyway. You've got a 75-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Mr. Thompson for Calhoun City. Good part on his coverage team to just get him a hole up the middle of the field, and the rest was just pure leg work by him to speed down the field.
As we await the extra point, the Wildcats have struck quick here the first opening seconds of the game, and the kick is good, so the Wildcats are already up 7-0. If you're a Trojan, that's exactly what you didn't want to see to start this kind of game off, but don't let it deter you. This game is usually settled by 6 points or less, no matter who's winning and who has what record or who's done what during the year. It's always been played out for 4 quarters.
You're exactly right, Stephen. And we see this with any rivalry game. Like you said, no matter who's down by what, it's always going to be a bitter fight to the it's going to be a fight to the bitter end. But like you said, nevertheless, for the most part, it has always finished 6 or 7 points or less between the two at the end of the game.
Deep for the Trojans in the return formation is going to be Zay Armstrong, number 22, Nick Smith, number 20, and Shaq Bush, as the Calhoun City Wildcats line up to kick the ball off, already leading 7-0 with only 11:46 left in the first quarter. Kind of got me tongue-tied on that kickoff. I wasn't expecting that.
Me or you, either one, Steve, to be honest about it.
All right, the Wildcats are in kick formation, and there's the kick. It's a short kick. It's bobbling around the ground, and the Trojans fall on it around the 33-yard line, where they'll take it over first down and 10. So Rod Harris drops on the ball, and the Trojans have relatively good field position.
You're exactly right. They're going to have the ball first and 10 from about their own 34-yard line. And I fully believe that play was, or that kick was supposed to do that.
Yep, they didn't want to kick it off to him, so as you can see, what we saw, a kickoff return can cost you. Davis Brown in quarterback for the Trojans, and he'll hand the ball off to Nick Smith for a gain of about 4 yards here on first down.
Yeah, I believe you're going to be exactly right on the gain, Steve. The gain of 4 yards. Spot the ball down at the Trojan 38, bring up second down and 6 yards to go with 11:19 and counting to go in the first quarter.
Davis Brown in the shotgun formation. Joining him in the backfield is Nick Smith, and he'll take the pitch on the right-hand side, and he's still on his feet. He's up around the first down marker, approximately at the 44-yard line. And depending on how the spot is, they might have picked up the first down.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a yard short of the first down, Steve.
So should bring up third down in less than a yard.
Third down, less than a yard for the Trojans.
As the Trojans try to convert their first third down of the evening. As Brown stands in the shotgun formation, single man backfield. Couple receivers out wide, and he'll throw to one, and it's deflected at the line of scrimmage. He was trying to hit Reed Gregory over around the 50-yard line, and Reed was wide open. However, somebody got a piece of that at the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up fourth down and very short. It's going to be interesting to see, do you go for it? Or you go, no, they got Cody McMahon, the punter for Bruce Trojans, out there on the field, so I don't think they're going to test it this early.
I wouldn't this early and in the field position that they're in.
So McMahon back to punt. There's the snap. There's the kick. No one back for the Wildcats. They sent everybody trying to block that one, and it's going to roll all the way down to about the 9-yard line, where the Wildcats will take over. First down and 10.
Down just outside the 8-yard line.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, on top of being early in the game, Steve, I believe that Calhoun City has already showed, as the Trojans knew, that they definitely do have some speed, so therefore you don't want to really test your defense this early in the game by going for it on fourth down and not getting it.
So it's going to be first down and 10 for the Wildcats as they come to the line of scrimmage. And we got whistles on the field.
Yeah, we got a flag on the far side of the field.
We aforementioned about the weather. Of course, the last couple of weeks, I feel like we've been in Seattle or something, because it rains every other day, a couple of inches, just not sprinkles of flood. Many of the high school games in this region have been moved to Thursday night. This game was originally scheduled for Thursday night. However, many games around the area got changed because of the flood threat that's on the way. Currently it's in Louisiana as J.R. Jennings takes the snap, and he'll hand it right off the middle. Just trying to get the young man's number.
I believe it was going to be Tevin Hall, number 24, on the carry.
I believe you're
Gain
correct.
of about 4 yards, bring up second down and 11 from the Wildcat 8-yard line.
The Bruce Trojans wearing their traditional home blue jerseys. The Wildcats dressed in white jerseys with orange numerals. It's second down and a little over 10 yards to go as the Wildcats are backed up. J.R. Jennings under center. He'll call out the commands and he'll hand it off to the single man in the backfield. And he'll spit and twist, and he's going to get up towards the first down. He will be a couple yards short. Is Demarius Howard for the Wildcats does an excellent job of just churning his feet and his legs and picking up a nice gain and creating a third down and about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, like I said, Steve, nevertheless, it was a good job on the part of Howard's running, like I said, just spinning and keeping his feet moving to pick up the 8 yards.
Jennings under center, hands it off to the fullback, and he won't get anywhere as the Bruce Trojan defense stiffens. So number 24, Tevin Hall, tries the right side on third down and short and does not make it. So a nice defensive stand by the Bruce Trojans, create a 4th down and 4, and the Wildcats will send their punting crew on.
In punt formation for the Wildcats, number 10, Trey Pratt.
I see
So
Bruce.
Trey
Go ahead.
Pratt back to punt for the Wildcats, and he gets it off, and it shanks off his foot to the right-hand side, and it's going to go out of bounds about the 36-yard line. So the Trojans will take over. First down and 10 at the 36. Go ahead, Robert.
And all I was going to mention was the fact that Bruce did drop back number 7, Shaq Bush, and number 22, Zay Armstrong, deep for the Trojans, but nevertheless it shanked off the right side of his foot and went out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Beat Bruce football 1st and 10 from the Calhoun City 36.
8:14 left to go in this first quarter. We got Shaq Bush in like a wild Trojan, being in the shotgun formation. However, he hands it off to number 2 as he comes across, and he'll pick up about 5 yards. So there we'll see a little bit of a wildcat as Demetrius Evans takes the handoff and picks up about 5 yards. That was correct terminology for that, wasn't it?
That's what I would say the formation was, Steve. I was really sort of worried of whether or not Evans was going to ever be able to turn the corner because he did run hard east and west for so long, but he did turn the corner and pick up a nice gain of about 6 yards.
Number 4, Davis Brown in shotgun formation, joining him in the backfield, single man. Man goes out in motion. He'll hand off to number 2, Demetrius Evans on the right-hand side once again. And this time the Wildcat defense is there and stops him. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 4 once again. Nice defensive stand by the Wildcats on that play. They just didn't let it even develop. They were there before it got started.
You're exactly right there, Steve. And that play did go for no gain. Bring up, like I said, 3rd down and 4 from the Calhoun City 30.
So Davis Brown, shotgun formation. The Trojans have 3 to the left-hand side in a tight bunch formation as number 20 will take it out of the left-hand side. And he's got some room all the way down to the 20-yard line.
It's going to be number 20, like I said, Nick Smith on the carry. Gain of about 9 yards, 8 or 9 yards. Bring up 1st down and 10 for the Trojans from the Calhoun City, just inside the Calhoun City 21-yard line with 7:20 to go in the first quarter.
So Nick Smith picks up that 1st down for the Trojans. 1st down and 10, 7:11 left to go here. The Wildcats on the big kickoff return lead 7-0 at this point in time. However, the Trojans are down close to the red zone as Davis Brown's in the backfield in the shotgun formation. Send one man into motion and hand it off to Nick Smith once again. He's around the left-hand side. He's down across. Well, they're going to knock him back, but he's across the 15-yard line with forward progress, I believe, down a little bit towards the 14.
Yeah,
Should bring up second down and about 5.
Yeah, I believe we're going to spot him just outside the 14-yard line of Calhoun City. Like I said, bring up second down and 3, second down and 4.
And once again, we see Shaq Bush in the quarterback formation. I termed it a Wildcat formation, but I'm not really sure. They just got him in the quarterback as he takes off the right-hand side, and Shaq Bush is down to the 5, down to the 2. Is he in the end zone? He is. Touchdown, Trojans. So Shaq Bush comes in and like a wild Trojan formation and runs it in. And Trojans have 6 points on the board.
And like I said, Bush did run it in from 14 yards out. But to give credit where credit's due, he was faced by number 54, Tony Armstrong, for Calhoun City in the backfield, and just some very nice fancy footwork to just shake what I'd like to call shake Armstrong out of his shoes and get around the corner, and also broke another Wildcat tackle for the 6 points. So very nice running on the part of Mr. Bush.
And Mr. Bush also is the extra point kicker as Tyner Moore will hold. Tyner barks out the signals. He'll take the snap. There's a snap. It's high. He's going to have to take off and run. He throws it towards the end zone for a 2-point completion, and it's no good. The high snap brings the score to 7-6 as Calhoun City still holds on to a slim lead after the Trojans drive down the field and put their first points of the game on the board. We want to take a moment here real quick to thank some wonderful sponsors. Many of them have been with us all year long. Blount Motors in Calhoun City. Gary Hawkins, manager, off the square but on the level. Melissa's Pack and Snack in Vardaman. Formerly winners, come see them today. Insurance Solutions in Calhoun City. Connie Cavendish, your certified Blue Cross Blue Shield agent. Wells Medical Clinic in Bruce. Dr. Wells wishes the best for all the county schools this year. Pinnock Produce Company in Vardaman. J.R. Pinnock, president, and Robert Langston, vice president. Custom Coverage in Bruce. Spike Deaton says if you own it, we can properly insure it. And the Ram Shack over there in Vardaman. Stop by them and have lunch today or dinner as we see the kickoff. And it gets rumbly-tumbly down there to about the 27-yard line where number 5 picks it up for the Calhoun City Wildcats, and he'll bring it out close to the 33-yard line. That should be Aaron Thompson once again. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Calhoun City Wildcats.
Yeah, and it was a good play by Thompson also, because it was touched by another Calhoun City man up the field a little further, but a good play on Thompson's part to cover it and return it.
And J.R. Jennings goes in the shotgun formation himself, has a single man in the back. He'll drop straight back. He'll look to his right-hand side. He'll fire it. It's complete at the 40-yard line. He's going to get some extra yards. He's at the Trojan 40. So Aaron Thompson, the kickoff returner, picks up a pass from J.R. Jennings and moves the ball all the way down. Where are we going to spot that, at the 35?
Yeah, I believe we're going to spot it inside Bruce territory. Bruce is 35. Bring up first down and 10 for Calhoun City.
First down and 10 and the Trojan 35 as the Wildcats on a nice pitch and catch move the ball down the field. 5:53 left to go here in the first quarter. Wildcats lead by 7-6 over the Trojans at this point, and they're driving down the field. JR goes under center. High formation backfield. Will hand it to, no, he doesn't. He fakes it off. He's going to throw the ball, and it goes downfield to a wide open man. He's got it at the 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. As Avery Hill catches a pass from J.R. Jennings from the 35-yard line for another 6 points at this point in time for the Wildcats. So Jennings to Hill, 35-yard pass. As we wait the extra point. Aaron Thompson's going to hold the get. There it is. The kick is up. And it is good. So the Calhoun City Wildcats take a 14-6 lead
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Steve. Not meaning to cut you off, but all Hill had to do was catch the pass and run in the end zone. Cause like I said, he was very open, and it was just a nice play nice pass from quarterback to receiver for another Calhoun City touchdown. Like I said, bring the score 14-6 with 5:44 to go in the first quarter.
So both these teams have gone up and down the field offensively. The bonus being for the Wildcats that excellent kickoff return on the first play of the game, where Aaron Thompson ran for an 81-yard kickoff return to score the first points of the game. And the Wildcats will run up and do their little fancy stuff there at the kickoff, trying to throw off the Trojans. You got Nick Smith, Shaq Bush, and Zay Armstrong deep for the Trojans. And once again, they do that little short pooch kick, and it's picked up at the 30-yard line. And he'll try to move it forward across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Number 2
Is Demetrius Evans. Picks up that. That's not quite an onside kick. It's not quite a pooch kick. It's kind of a roly-poly kick on the ground. I'm not really quite sure how to use or what terminology to call that.
Yeah,
low pooch kick. How's that? Low rolling pooch kick.
Or a squib kick, or
squib kick.
Just exactly, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Brown will pitch that ball off to Nick Smith on the right-hand side on first down for the Trojans, and he gets knocked out of bounds after picking up about 1 yard. 5:27 left to go here in the first quarter.
Knocked out of bounds, number 54.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of these years where these things have been basically smash mouth, run the ball up the field battles, and very rarely do we see 14-6 or rather 20 points in the first quarter of a Calhoun City Bruce Trojan football game. It's Davis Brown, shotgun formation. He'll hand it off to the second man through, Zay Armstrong, and he'll get out about the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and, 5?
Yeah, third down and 5, third down and 6. Somewhere there, pretty close.
Actually, they moved it back a little bit. His knee must have fallen short because their ball rests right on the 40-yard line. So that would make it about 7 yards to go for the first down on third down. Brown standing on the 35-yard line in the shotgun formation, drops back. He throws to his right-hand side, and it's incomplete. He's trying to complete the ball to Reed Gregory. But Brandon Nichols for the Trojans, the Wildcats, was right there in good coverage as Reed Gregory just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, like I said, very, very good coverage on the part of Rainer Nichols for Calhoun City to just get a hand in at the last moment and break up the pass.
So Cody McMahon back to kick for the Trojans. There's a snap. There's a kick. Nice kick. Low kick. And it spirals and bounces all the way down to the 14-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10 for the Calhoun City Wildcats at the 14. Some additional sponsors that we should mention tonight, and we'll mention NW Farms over in Vardaman. Wish both these teams well tonight. Sweet Potato Sweets in Vardaman, known worldwide, but just next door and around the corner. C&W Farms in Vardaman. Bowles, Honda, and Bruce, south of the square. Margaret Black, CPA in Calhoun City. Tycom.net in Bruce for your DSL, dial-up, and wireless connections. City Cleaners in Calhoun City. Kim and Company in Bruce, south of the square. And Bruce Farm Supply, and they say, go Trojans. And right now the Wildcats have the ball, first down and 10, with the ball resting right at about the 14-yard line. And J.R. Jennings will drop back once again. He'll throw it to the left-hand side this time, complete at the 25-yard line for the first down. I didn't quite get the numbers on that guy, Robert.
I believe it was going to be number 25, Howard, Steve.
Okay. Deshaun, well,
Demarius Howard.
Demarius Howard.
All right, at least that's who we're going to credit with it anyway. But like I said, nevertheless, it was the.
I'm making no bones about it. With those white jerseys and light orange numerals, make it hard on the other side of the field. It'll be first down and 10 as JR will hand off the ball to the single man in the backfield, and he'll go up across the 30-yard line. Should be second down and 6. I believe that was Tevin Hall.
Yeah, I believe that you're going to be exactly right on that, Steve. Like I said, bring up second down and a short 6 or a long 5 with 3:40 and the clock running in the first quarter.
14-6 is the score. Wildcats on top. J.R. Jennings under center. He'll call out the signals. He'll pitch it to the single man in the backfield on the right-hand side, and he's got some running room and smashes over a couple of Trojans and crosses the 40-yard line for the first down. And depending on whether they spot it, they look like they're going to give him all the way up to about the 42-yard line. So it's first down Wildcats, first down and 10.
Yeah, that was going to be Howard on the carry, Steve. And like I said, he did pick up enough yardage for another Calhoun City first down.
So first down and 10 for the Calhoun City Wildcats. As Jennings stays in that shotgun formation, he'll have 3 Wildcats over here on the right-hand side, and he'll drop straight back. He's looking to his right, looking to his left. He fires to his left to the man open, and it is caught right at the 47-yard line.
Number 11, Jace Chandler.
Yeah,
So Jace Chandler picks up a nice pitch and catch from J.R. Jennings. He doesn't quite get the first down. The ball rests at the 48-yard line now. Second down and about 3.
Yeah, and you sort of wonder if he thinks in the back of his mind, maybe I shouldn't have caught that one after the lick that the Trojan defender put on him after he caught the pass.
Jennings under center's I formation backfield. It's a play action fake into a screen on the left-hand side, and it just never develops. And Jennings was lucky to get the ball off as the Trojans came with a heavy rush. I believe that was Javon Petty for the Trojans, putting the pressure on JR back there.
Like, I believe you're going to be right there, Steve. Bring up third down and 3 for Calhoun City from their own 48-yard line. Big third down possession here for Calhoun City.
So third down, right around midfield as the Wildcats will drop back to pass, and JR will scramble to his right. He'll throw it downfield to an open Wildcat who jumps up, gets it. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown. We got a flag on the field. So that's Demarius Howard.
Yeah, Steve, and what happened there for the folks at home listening live is number 22, Zay Armstrong, was in coverage for Bruce and just slipped down right about the time the pass was released, and then about the time he got back up and he caught the ball, the Wildcat receiver caught the ball, Armstrong slipped again, but I believe we're going to have unsportsmanlike conduct or something to that extent against Calhoun City. But I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, the young man just slipped right when the ball got there. However, it was a nice catch.
Yeah, it definitely was that.
We've seen him drop those before, but he reeled it in. And what's the debate?
If it's like I said, the personal foul against Calhoun City, they may be trying to decide whether or not the touchdown stands. But the touchdown is going to stand.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the receiver, Calhoun City. The penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. Calhoun City will kick from the 25-yard line.
So that will be assessed at the kickoff, and we await the extra point attempt. So Raheem Robinson will get out and try the extra point for the Calhoun City Wildcats. Aaron Thompson's the holder. Thompson barks out the signals. There's a snap. We got flags. The kick is good, but flags everywhere on the field. Is Robertson
Headball foul, offside against the Trojans.
kicked it through the uprights. Now we got offsides by the Trojans. So what do you do? Do you go for 2 now?
Calhoun City will re-kick. There's the point.
I believe we're going to decline it and just go ahead and kick it again, Steve.
All right. They're going to kick it again. There's the snap. The kick is up. And it's good. So we go to 21-6 in favor of the Calhoun City Wildcats with 2 minutes left.
Calhoun City 21. Bruce 6.
I tell you what, Robert, this has been really a fast action here in the first quarter. I mean, if you told me there was going to be 27 points left in the set, just scored in the game, I might have gone along with it. 26 points between both teams in the first quarter is a lot of scoring. This thing could produce some high numbers before it's all over.
It most definitely could, Steve.
So the extra point attempt was good. What we're seeing is the personal foul being placed on the kickoff for the Wildcats, so they're going to move them back 15 yards to the 25. Which should give the Bruce Trojans plenty, or rather not plenty, good field position. Shaq Bush is deep for the Trojans. Joining back there is Zay Armstrong and Nick Smith. As the Wildcats getting their full formation to kick off the ball here after the touchdown. And once again, it's one of those nice little squib kicks. Now that looked like a onside kick more than a squib kick.
I did notice that time, Stephen. They may have done it every time and I just missed it. But I did notice that time that actually number 7, Tay Lawrence, was standing there at the line of scrimmage, and he is the one that actually kicked the ball rather than Robertson for Calhoun City that time.
2 minutes left to go in the quarter. Trojans trail 21-6 at this point, but there's been a lot of scoring so far as Davis Brown in the shotgun formation will lead the Trojans, and he'll throw to the left-hand side, and it's completed. He's crossed the 40 down to the 37 as Zay Armstrong picks up a nice pitch and catch for about 5 yards. Should be second down and 5 or 6, depending on the spot. Ooh, thought he went a little further than that.
Bring on second down.
Actually, I thought he had gained a yard on the play, Steve, but with the spot they're saying no gain on the play.
He must have. Now it's wet down there on the sideline, so I mean his foot could have slipped out. But second down and 10 after they say no gain on the play, and Brown will hand the ball off, and it'll go right up the middle as Demetrius Evans crosses the 35-yard line down to about the 33-yard line. Should bring up third down and 7.
I was going to say 6, but I'll agree with the 7 also.
Well, you know, some nights they kind of push it up on the spot. Some nights they get it exactly right. Some nights it's a little bit behind. So I'm going to go a little bit behind tonight. As Brown takes a snap, he'll fire on the right-hand side, and oh my, that was very close to being intercepted. Because that was Tiberius Coffey, wasn't it?
No, it was going to be Tony Armstrong,
okay,
number 54 for Calhoun City again. Like I said, just stepped in at just the right time, and like I said, almost intercepted it, but nevertheless batted the pass down. Bring up fourth down and 6 or 7 with the ball spotted on the Calhoun City 33.
So the Trojans with Brown at quarterback on fourth down are going to go for it, and he'll drop back. It looks like they're trying to set up a screen, and they do, and it's complete as the young man gets out of bounds around the 30. Oh, we got a penalty. It's Demetrius Evans tried to pick up the first down yardage and got out of bounds and got hit out of bounds. So that's probably going to be a personal foul.
Yeah, I honestly believe, I think he was going to be about a yard short, a yard, 2 yards short of the first down, but nevertheless, with the personal foul against Calhoun City, that will automatically give him a first down plus 15 yards.
First down, Trojans.
So first down, Trojans. We have 33 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Score 21-6.
Calhoun City, 15-yard line.
And the ball rests right at the 15-yard line. So the Trojans in the red zone is Davis, joined by Nick Smith in the backfield, and Smith will take the pitch off the right-hand side, and the Wildcats come up and hit him, but he gets away. In fact, he gets down to probably about the 10-yard line. Nice running by Nick Smith. I thought the Wildcats had him wrapped up there at the line of scrimmage, and he just kept going.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. I thought, like I said, I thought they had him stopped for no gain, but nevertheless, he did pick up some big yardage, bring up second down and 3 with the ball resting on about the Calhoun City, what we calling that, Steve, the 8-yard line.
And as the quarter comes to an end, the Calhoun City Wildcats lead the Bruce Trojans 21-6. However, the Trojans are knocking on the door. Come back and join us as we begin the second quarter in just a few minutes after a word from our sponsors. And Davis Brown pitches the ball off, and the Trojans fall towards the goal. Well, actually the 5-yard line.
Well, it is towards the goal line.
Well, it's towards it, but for a second there, I kind of got thrown off. I thought he was a little bit closer to the goal line.
Nevertheless, it was a nice game.
Yeah.
Pick up third down and a very short one.
About a foot, I would say.
Third down, about a foot for the Trojans.
So at the beginning of the second quarter, Trojans in the red zone knocking on the door. They do have the opportunity here to pick up a first down without scoring the touchdown as Brown barks out the signals and will hand it off to Nick Smith, and he should have enough for the Trojan first down.
Yes, Steve, I believe we're going to spot the ball down about the 3-yard line, bring up first down and goal to go for the Trojans from the Calhoun City 3.
Tackle play number 21, Taylor Threadgill, across Calhoun City Wildcats.
So it's first down and goal to go.
First and goal, just outside the 2-yard line.
And the Trojans would love to punch this in and make this a possibly one-possession ball game. And we're going to have the Shaq Bush at quarterback, and he'll take the direct snap. He'll go right-hand side. Touchdown, Trojans. So the Trojans have come up with an offensive scheme using Shaq Bush from the 3-yard line and put some points on the board as he goes on right-hand side.
On the hold for the Trojans from 13, Tiny Moore.
So Tyner Moore will be out to hold for the Trojans, and Shaq Bush once again will have to change his shoes there for his kicking shoe and attempt the extra point. And the Trojans narrow the margin. However, the Wildcats still lead at this point 21-12 pending this extra point. And aforementioned, I would not have imagined this many points scored this early in this ball game. Tyner Moore takes the snap. He gets the ball down. Shaq kicks it, and it's low, and it goes right into the backsides of the Trojans. So an extra point is no good. So we have the score, 21-12, with 10:40 left to go. And we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
If you're looking for an deal on the Wheel Review Stop.
And welcome back. 10:40 left to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats 21, Trojans 12. Shaq Bush will kick off for the Trojans and too deep for the Wildcats. And the Trojans try that little pooch kick, and it's received about the 37-yard line, and he'll carry it forward to about the 44-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Once again, we're kind of glad that the weather's held off. Many games on this Thursday night edition of W07BN Sports. Many games that were scheduled for Friday night are actually being played tonight because a huge storm front is settling in over the south and is due in our area tomorrow. So hopefully they'll get a lot of these ball games in as J.R. Jennings for the Wildcats. First down and 10 under center. Gives to the fullback, first man through.
24, Kevin Hall.
And Tevin Hall
Tackle out number 6, Ted Easton.
pounds over for a second down. It brings up, what, a second down and 7?
Yeah, second down and 7 is what I'd call it, Steve. With the ball spotted on the Calhoun City 46. I keep wanting to be 10 yards off every time tonight.
So the Wildcats back in that I formation with Jennings under center. There's the snap, and this time they'll hand it off to the running back as Avery Hill spins and twists for a gain of about 2 or 3 yards. Should bring up third down and about 5, maybe a long 6. That was a good spot, so he got third down and 5.
Yeah, I've seen the spots go both ways and then dead on tonight. So, I mean, can't really say too terribly much. But like I said, ball spotted between the Wildcat 47 and 48.
I formation, man in the slot. As Calhoun City will pitch it to the right-hand side. As he tries to turn the corner, the Wildcats just couldn't get quite around there. As the Trojans catch him from behind and bring up fourth down and about 7. And the Calhoun City Wildcats will put their punt team on as Jace Chandler will go back to punt for the Wildcats, and he was going to stand around the 30-yard line. So Chandler, he'll take the snap. There's the punt. Low driving punt. It's received at the 20-yard line by Shaq Bush, and he's out to the 30. 35, flag on the field. 45, 50, 40, 30, 25, and he's dragged down.
The only problem is, Steve, I fully believe it's an illegal block in the back at the Bruce 30-yard line.
Cardevin Thomas for the Wildcats, number 72. Saved that from being a touchdown. Like you said, there are flags on the field.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a very nice return by Bush, but it's going to be illegal block in the back at about the 30-yard line.
Block in the back against the Trojans.
So that nullifies a nice return by Bush. And the Trojans will take over. First down and 10 from the 20-yard line. .8:20 left to go in the second quarter. Trojan Field, Bruce, Mississippi. Steve Whitten, Robert Sutherland, Stephen Chris on the camera.
Yeah, Steve, bring up first down and 10 from just inside the Trojan 15-yard line.
So Davis Brown will go under center. Single man backfield, sends one man into motion. And the motion man gets the ball as Zay Armstrong gets out across the 25-yard line. Well, no,
across
excuse
the
me,
15.
15. They moved him back another,
Yeah. Should bring it up second down and about, I'm trying to see, about 5 or 6.
The Trojans brings up second down, 5 yards to go for Trojan, first down.
So it's second down and 5 for the Bruce Trojans as they send one way over here on the right-hand side. That Colton Walker And Davis will look towards Colton's way, but now he goes over the left-hand side, and it's incomplete as he tried to hit Zay Well, was that Reed Gregory? That was Reed Gregory over the center.
Now he was actually trying to hit Justin Green, number 82.
Green, okay.
And Reed was further down the field and behind Green, but it just slipped through the hands of Green to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Trojans from their own 19-yard line.
$7:40 left to go here in the second quarter. Is Brown in the backfield. Shotgun formation. Nick Smith joins him. He'll look to his right-hand side. He'll fire the ball to Ted Eason, and it's incomplete.
Broken up by number 8, Trey Brownlee. Brings up 4th down.
It was a nice defensive play by the Wildcats. Trey Brownlee really put a nice whack to him and jarred that ball loose. So Brownlee should be credited for a nice defensive secondary play. It'll be 4th down and 5 as McMahon comes on for the Trojans in punt formation. He stands on the 6-yard line. There's the snap. There's the kick. And the kick initial bounces at the 49, and it rolls all the way down to the 41-yard line in Wildcat territory. And that's where the Wildcats will take over. 1st down and 10.
A very, very nice kick on the part of McMahon. As he was standing back about his own 5-yard line when he initially received the snap, which we have seen some nice kicks out of McMahon tonight and all season long too.
The wind's kicked up a little bit, if you can hear it in our mics. We got a nice little breeze coming in. It's J.R. Jennings in shotgun formation, not shotgun, under center. They'll hand off to the running back. And it's nowhere to go as the Trojans snuff it out. So Demarius Howard doesn't pick up much. In fact, he loses about 2 yards. Well, actually, they're moving him back further than I thought. All the way back to the 36-yard line. So 2nd down and 15. I didn't think he was that far in the backfield.
I thought he was.
Okay.
But nevertheless, like I said, a very good surge.
I just thought his little surge at the end brought it back forward a little bit. But nevertheless, 2nd down and 15 is JR in a shotgun formation. He'll roll to his right. He looks down the field. He's being chased. He fires down the field to an open Wildcat. And depends if he's in bounds or not. He caught the ball. But he was out of bounds, so it's going to be incomplete.
Bring up 3rd down and 15 from Calhoun City's own 36-yard line.
There was Aaron Thompson on that catch. He made a nice catch. He just ran out of field.
Bruce down by 9. Here is a big 3rd down possession for Calhoun City.
So 3rd down and 15 as the Wildcats try to keep this drive alive as Jennings will take the snap and he'll fire it way downfield. It's single man coverage, a jump ball, and it's incomplete as Jennings went down the field and hit his receiver right around the 25-yard line, but it was jarred loose at the last moment.
Yeah, a very nice defensive play by number 1 Rod Harris for Bruce to just get a hand in just at the exact right time and bat the pass down.
For Jace Channel once again for the Wildcats, will drop back in the punt formation. There's the snap. Oh, it's a high snap, and he's going to fall on it. And the ball is going to be placed right around the 16-yard line.
Yeah, a very nice break there for Bruce with 6:19 to go in the.
Excuse me, that was Trey Pratt.
Okay. In the 6:19 to go in the first half, Bruce get the ball on Calhoun City 18-yard line.
First down, 2 yards to go. The ball-
So here we go. Trojans got a good opportunity after the high snap punt with 6:19 left to go here. And Shaq Bush will take it off the left-hand side. And he'll get down for a yard or two and make it second down and about 8. Trojans have gone to that formation tonight. That's really the first time we've seen it this year.
Well, that's what I was wondering when we first saw it. I thought tonight might have been the first time we saw it, but it's definitely, I feel like, worked good for the Trojans. I mean, because they've picked up some nice yardage every time they've run it.
Second down and 8. Brown in the shotgun formation with Nick Smith joining him in the backfield. And Nick Smith will take the pitch, and he'll get up across the 15-yard line down to about the 14-yard line.
Yeah, I'm trying to look exactly where they're going to spot it. I believe they're going to spot it down between the 12 and 13-yard line. Bring up third down and a long 4, short 5 yards to go for the Trojans.
Important drive here for the Trojans. The Wildcats kind of gave them a gift and gave them excellent field position as Brown in the shotgun formation will fire the ball to the right-hand side to Shaq Bush, and it's a jump ball. Is it intercepted?
Pass to Nate Brown and then number 7, Shaq Bush, and then intercept the end zone.
And it is interception.
Avery Hill from Calhoun City Wildcats.
So Avery Hill gets an interception for the Wildcats. So Avery Hill comes up for the Wildcats with a big play in the end zone. As the Wildcats snuff out the drive by the Trojans. Here with 4:56 to go, they lead 21-12. So the Wildcats defensively stand up and help their cause tonight here in the first quarter as the Trojans were looking like they were going to score, and it just couldn't happen. First down and 10 for the Wildcats at the 20-yard line. And we got a flag on the field.
Was that a flag or a marker?
Oh, it looked yellow to me.
It's going to be a flag.
Face mask on the Trojans. So on the first down play, the Trojans make a good defensive play with no gain. However, there's a face mask on the play. And let's see how they mark it off.
Face mask on the play against the Trojans.
Should remain first down. 5 yards to go.
Replay, first down.
So first down, 5 yards to go after the face mask penalty. 4:39 left to go in the second quarter, and the Wildcats lead 21-12. As JR will hand the ball off on the left-hand side. As Tevin Hall drives forward once again. He's a strong running back. He'll wear you down as the game goes on. He's a 5'8", 215-pound junior. And he'll just pound you. He actually has some nice speed too, so if he ever breaks that initial line of contact, he can move down the field. Second down and 3 for the Wildcats. 3:57 left to go here in the half. Once again, the Wildcats do a little play action, and J.R. Jennings will keep the ball himself and get the ball up to about the 34-yard line. Enough for the first down. So Jennings keeps the ball himself and picks up an important first down to keep this drive alive for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I noticed there, I'm not exactly sure because I don't have a listing for number 57 for Bruce, but that young man has definitely been in on several big tackles tonight on his part, but like I said, nevertheless, it was a good pickup by Calhoun City.
So Jennings will take the snap and he'll roll to his right. He looks down the field. Nice coverage by the Trojans, but he's going to throw it anyway. He throws it in. Oh, good coverage by the Trojans. However, Raheem Robinson did end up having a step on the Bruce defender, and that was not. I hope it shows up on the film. That was closer than it looked.
Yeah, I mean,
being a big pass play.
Yeah, I mean, because the ball just, it went through his hands. I mean, it was right on. It was like I said, it just slipped through his hands. And a big break for Bruce to bring up 2nd down and 10 with the ball spotted on the Calhoun City 33-yard line.
So here on 2nd down, Jennings, he'll take a snap. And he'll hand it off to the halfback on the right-hand side, and there's room to run. He's out to the 45, at the 50, to the 45, and out of bounds. So Demarius Howard, he showed some speed on that one. He was around that corner and gone.
Yeah, he definitely did that, Steve. And like I said, I feel like Calhoun City has got several running backs that if they ever break the initial line of scrimmage, they has definitely got some big speed.
.307 left to go here in the second quarter. 1st down and 10. Wildcats are steadily driving down the field. JR stands in the shotgun formation with one running back joining him. Wildcat goes into motion, and he'll hand off. No, actually, he'll keep it himself and fall forward for a gain of about 2 yards. The ball should be about the 48-yard line, 43-yard line of the Trojans. That wind's kicking up. I wonder if there's some rain behind that or it's just windy.
I have a distinct feeling with the way the weather's been here lately, it's probably rain.
2nd down and 9 as the Wildcats continue to take some time off the clock and drive down the field. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage as Jennings tried to hit Avery Hill in the flat. But I believe that was McMahon that stuck his hand up and knocked it down for the Trojans.
Bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 43-yard line. With 2:28 to go in the first half. Calhoun City leading 21-12.
So Jennings, shotgun formation, single man backfield. That single man goes into motion, so everybody's out for a pass, and JR will scramble. And he'll throw it down the field, and it's going to be intercepted by I believe
that's going to be number 1, Rod Harris.
Rod Harris picks up the interception.
Number 10, Trey Pratt. It's intercepted by number 1, Rod Harris from Trojans.
So the Trojans get another opportunity on a turnover here right before halftime. And see if they can put some points on the board. 21-12 is the score. 1st down and 10 for the Trojans. And the Wildcats were methodically going down the field with their running game. And they tried to go up top, and however, it was unsuccessful. 1st down and 10. There's the snap to Brown. Is Zay Armstrong picks up about 3 yards on a carry up the middle. They'll bring 2nd down and about 7. And actually the Trojans seem like they're trying to pick up the tempo here right before halftime with only about 2 minutes left to go. And actually really need to if they want to get some points, because they are sitting right at the 31-yard line. They got a long field ahead of them, especially with that Wildcat defense that's been very, very stingy this year. Davis will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Nick Smith, and he'll drive forward close to the 1st down marker. He might be about a yard short.
Yeah, I believe he's going to pick up about 6 yards on that play, Steve. Like I said, be about a yard short. And I was thinking, as Armstrong run the ball just a second ago, as we've seen, Calhoun City has got some speed on offense. But Bruce, on the other hand, as we've seen throughout the year, with Armstrong and Smith and several of them, if they can break through, like I said, the initial line of scrimmage, Bruce has also got some very good speed.
As we see the measurement, let's see what we got. Yeah, about a half a yard short.
About 6.5 inches short on 1st down.
The announcer said 6.5 inches.
Which is going to be pretty close.
He's got better eyesight than I do, man.
Well, I mean, just looking at the official, he's going to be, I'm going to call it 9 inches.
There you go.
Nevertheless, it will bring up third down and a very, very short yardage play.
Our Trojan first down.
So they have to wait till the chains get set here. Here's the holdup, and the chains are being set. Third down and short, 1:27 to go before halftime, and the clock starts. Oh, we saw movement. I don't believe everybody was set. I think it's going to be on the Trojans.
Dead ball, illegal procedure against the Trojans.
And it is illegal procedure on the Trojans, so that'll move them back 5 yards.
Third down, just over 5 yards for a Trojan first down.
So does that mean, Steve, it's going to be third down, 5 yards and 9 inches for the first down?
That's what, yeah, but that's. What is this? You can't go back 10 yards. I thought it was a 5-yard penalty. Okay, somebody else caught it. I mean, if what you said was correct, I mean, we were debating on how many inches it was. You can't go have a illegal procedure and end up with third down and
sub
9 yards and 9 inches. There you go. They're going to get it straight.
Bruce Trojan.
All right, we're going to have timeout as everybody gets everything straight. And I think we're going to take out a timeout with them with the score 21-12 in favor of the Calhoun City Wildcats with 56 seconds left to go in the half. Come back. And the Bruce Trojans have taken another timeout. And me and Robert have been working on our math skills of how 5-yard penalties turn into 8. How do you get 5 to 8 to 8.5? But we won't go into that. We'll just make a comment on it.
Yep.
With 56 seconds left to go in the first half. What a wild first half. If you told me 33 points were scored in the first half of this game, much less all the points scored in the first quarter, I wouldn't have believed you. Now, what we've had here is back-to-back Bruce Trojan timeouts. And you would think they're trying to send in a couple of plays with only 56 seconds left to go, is an assumption of mine. Let's get 2 or 3 plays in here in case we're moving down the field so we don't run the clock out without getting some done. And Davis will pitch. Oh, ball, it's a hook and ladder. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 30, 25. So the Bruce Trojans call a hook and ladder play and take it all the way down to the 25-yard line.
45-yard gain for Nick Smith.
And it has been a very, very, very long time since I've seen that play call, Steve, but it definitely worked well there.
So Davis Brown hits Nick Smith on a hook and ladder play that makes those timeouts worthwhile because they're all the way down into Wildcat territory. It was executed just right, too.
Yeah, and what happened there for the for the people listening is
well, they'll be viewing this weekend too.
Well, yeah, Bruce was had lined up and took the snap and spiked the ball to stop the clock.
All right, like I said, Calhoun City Wildcats Bruce Trojans game is always exciting, and it's always 4 quarters, so stay with us, folks, as Brown looks on the right-hand side. He'll throw, and it's intercepted at the 5-yard line, and the Wildcats look like they could take it all the way, and the interception, he's at the 50, he's at the 40, and he's going to go to the house with it.
Mary Powers takes the ball about 98 yards.
Do we have a flag?
Yeah, we got a flag on the field back at the 25, the Trojan 25.
So we will have to wait and see, but the Wildcats apparently picked the ball off at the 5-yard line and ran it back for a touchdown. However, we have flags all over the field. So we'll have to wait and see. The touchdown's going to be called back.
You got a block in the back against Calhoun City, a block in the back against Calhoun City.
Which happens often when you get a play like that strung out. Everybody's just trying to look to block somebody, so it's not unusual. The timing's not the best, especially when your young man runs it all the way back for apparently 95-yard interception for a touchdown.
But it is a big break for the Trojans.
It's a big break for the Trojans. Well,
yeah.
it's a big break for the Wildcats also, regardless of the interception. They got the ball.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're saying there, too. But it is a big break for the Trojans as far as Calhoun City has not got the other hadn't got 6 points on the board yet.
So Calhoun City Wildcats take a knee on first down with 20 seconds to left to go in the half, and that should run this clock out. Woo, boy, what have we had our first half? We've had 33 points scored. We've had 95-yard interception returns called back. We've had 14-yard runs, 81-yard kickoff returns, you name it, and they're going to have to run one more play, and that's the time before halftime. Well, I tell you what, that was something else of a first half of football. Very exciting, back and forth. I like it a lot. Adam down there in the field, and we're going to go to them at halftime. Thank you so much for reminding me. How could I forget those guys?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the halftime show. Jeremy, what a big play there at halftime. Aaron Thompson come up with that interception in the end zone. Really hurts the Trojans. Got them in another drive. Had a potential of scoring, but couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, down 21-12 right there. Bruce could have gone it at halftime. You know, you'd scored a touchdown. They've been unsuccessful with 2-point afters on their first 2 drives. Who knows? Maybe they go for a 2-point conversion, maybe cut this thing to 1. I like the play call, though. Going up top, trying to get Shaq Bush a touchdown in the end zone. He's been your guy so far in the first half. He scored both of your touchdowns. He's been the big playmaker for the Trojans. But better defense and a little bit better throw, and I think it would have been 6.
Well, we're going to look now at some of the first half highlights. And Jeremy, of course, we're going to start off with that big opening play of the ball game, a big kickoff return for a touchdown, set the tone early for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and in these rivalry games, you always talk about special teams and the unexpected. And we were talking before the ball game about what Bruce and Calhoun City needed to do. Well, the Wildcats got a big shot in the arm with that about 75, 76-yard kickoff return. Really set the tone, and it just really gives you a lot of momentum.
Well, you want to define irony? How about Bruce scoring on the Wildcat formation next? You had Shaq Bush scoring on that 14-yard touchdown run. Really good job by a young team after that big play early to come back and answer with that drive.
Yeah, I was very impressed by that. And we talked about it. We kind of felt, that Bruce certainly at the beginning would play well with a lot of emotion, with not a whole lot to lose. And they did that. They came out and they played good, solid football at times, really hung around like we thought they would. Again, there in the second quarter, towards the end of the first quarter, Calhoun City really kind of started to assert themselves, and Bruce's defense couldn't keep Calhoun City out of the end zone. They couldn't minimize that big play and come up with a big play of their own, a turnover, a big stop on third down. So you tip your hat to Coach Ray and his staff for getting his players up for the game, and they look completely prepared schematically. Unfortunately, for the first half so far, you just take a look at Calhoun City and you think, boy, if they could have played like this throughout the season, they'd be a little bit better than 5-5.
Absolutely, and a large part of that goes to J.R. Jennings. He answered that he broke open the 7-6 ball game with a pair of touchdown passes, 21-6 right now, your halftime score. J.R. really coming to play here in the latter part of the season.
Yeah, he looked great. We talked about his arm, and he opened up and looked extremely good on the first couple of drives. Got a strong arm, big kid, and you have to give a lot of credit to his receivers. They did a great job getting open, and I thought the play calling was very very conducive. A lot of first down pass plays, play action. You saw the wheel route there, the touchdown pass, his second throw of the game, and all of a sudden you 2 big pass plays and a touchdown, and it really, set the tone offensively. He looks great, and certainly for the second half, Calhoun City may try to get him going again.
Absolutely. Let's look ahead to the second half here. For Calhoun City, obviously you want to keep the offense rolling here, get a lot of confidence heading into the first half, but I don't know if you don't put it on the back of the big uglies and say, look, let's just put this game away.
Yeah, and certainly with Bruce having the football first for Calhoun City, you want to force them into a 3-and-out. Come out and set the tone with your defense first, get good field position, and then rely on your offensive line. Those guys have really played well so far in the first half, and pound with Howard and those guys, and really kind of try to wear Bruce down. But it starts up front with those guys defensively. They have to come out and get a big stop and to set the tone. They got a tone-setting play to open the ball game. They need a tone-setting first few downs defensively, to really distance themselves from Bruce. And if they can get that, get good field position offensively and take the ball down the field and make this, if they can get this to a 2-possession, 2-touchdown game, I really like their chances to kind of soft this one away in the second half.
Absolutely, but Bruce has moved the ball effectively, but have got to cut down on turnovers.
Yeah, and they got to continue to get Shaq Bush involved more so than just the Wildcat formation. They were able to run the ball effectively at times. They go up top to him. That play call right there before the end of the first half, I really like Coach Ray and company. Really dialed up the right play, just the execution wasn't there. And you have to give credit, to the Calhoun City secondary, as that coaching staff has been really high on their secondary all year long, and they should be. So if you're Bruce, you want to come out, you get the ball first, make a statement, drive the football down the field, and get yourself right back in this ball game.
Absolutely. Well, your score at halftime is 21-6.
21-12.
Well, excuse me, that's right. 21-12 is your score. And so we're going to take you back to the field, catch some of the bands, as well as spin it back to Steve and Robert up top with Steve and Chris. So back with the second half right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for the Calhoun City Wildcat Marching Band. Now to the Jackson 5 presented to you by the Golden Band from Trojan Land. Saturday, the Bruce High School Marching Band placed 10th in the 2A State Band Championship. Color Guard placed 8th, Drums placed 7th. Bruce High School Marching Band would like to thank everyone for a great marching season and the tremendous support of everyone has shown. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Band from Trojan Land. Here are some scores at the start of the fourth quarter. Walnut 7.
Bruce Trojans, Calhoun City Wildcats in the Schooner River rivalry. What a first half. 33 points have been scored with the Wildcats on top 21-12, mainly due to that outstanding 81-yard kickoff return by Aaron Thompson to start off the ball game. Has been primarily the biggest difference in the score at this point in time. Steve Witten, Robert Sutherland, Stephen Christ on camera as we're looking forward to this second half. Not a single person is left because everyone knows in this rivalry game it goes down and played 4 full quarters, because you don't know what's going to happen. Bruce Trojans won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will receive this kickoff. And I tell you, Robert, the wind has picked up. If field goals meant something in this game, it would be tough because the flagpole is the flag is almost straight. We're sitting inside and you can still hear the breeze. Once again, they do that little squib pooch kick.
Number 1, Rod Harris.
So Rod Harris picks up the ball. Rod Harris kicks the ball.
Ball be spotted at the Trojan 37-yard line.
And then the ball sits at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what, if any, adjustments the Trojans made at halftime along with Calhoun City, Steve. Because we know, if you remember back to the first half of the game, or basically the whole first half of the game, Bruce pretty much run the ball at will on Calhoun City's defense.
So Brown takes the snap in the shotgun formation. The Wildcats are in the backfield with him, and that's going to be a loss of 4 or 5 as the Wildcats defense just storms through there and ends that play before it begins.
Yeah, good penetration on the part of the Wildcat defensive line to get penetration into the backfield. And like I said, tackle the Trojans for about a 3-yard loss. Should bring up 2nd down and 13 with the ball spotted on the Bruce 35-yard line.
So Davis Brown will take the snap in the shotgun and will try to set up a screen, and he does as the ball's received, and then the young man takes it all the way out. So Ted Esom takes the ball out to the 40. I'm going to wait to see how these guys spot it.
It's going to be close enough. We'll go ahead and call it the 50-yard line, Steve. Bring up 3rd down and 3.
So 3rd down and 3. What I really intended to say was we haven't gotten the spots quite right until they spot the ball tonight for some reason. 3rd down and 3. Brown takes the ball in the shotgun formation. He'll zing it out on the right-hand side, complete for the 1st down, right at the 50-yard line.
Okay, I notice I'm not but 5 yards off this half. That was actually spotted down originally on the almost on the 45. Now it's at the 50.
10:31 left to go here in the ball game. It's 3rd quarter. 1st down and 10, Bruce Trojans. And we're all tongue-tied tonight. I think it's this flood coming. That's all they talked about at halftime, how much rain's on the way. Brown, shotgun formation, gives it off to the single man in the backfield, Demetrius Evans. And he'll pick up about 3 yards.
Yeah, it should bring up 2nd down and 7 with the ball spotted down about the, I'm going to say, to be technical, between the 47 and 48 yard line of Calhoun City.
So the Trojans, and for the first time in the second half, are in the Wildcat territory, and Brown pitches the ball off on the left-hand side as Zay Armstrong will pick up a yard or two, a tough yard or two, as the Wildcats defense really stiffened up on the right-hand side and only allowed a gain of about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. The Wildcats defense playing good on that front line tonight. They've really held the Trojans in check most of the evening. If you remember, one of the big plays for the Trojans was that hook and ladder play that got them all the way down the field in the first half. And right now it's 3rd down and 7. As Brown takes the snap, he'll drop straight back. He's looking downfield, he fires, complete. Oh, they're saying incomplete. So Ted Eason, I thought he had it, he must have juggled it.
Something that I didn't see. I don't know exactly what it was, just to be absolutely honest. But nevertheless, they said he did not catch it, so it'll bring up 4th down and a long 7 for Bruce. And they'll drop McMahon back deep in punt formation to kick the ball for the Trojans, and Calhoun City will drop back I believe it's going to be number 25, Demarius Howard, to receive the punt.
And Howard lets the ball bounce around in front of him, and it's going to be downed inside the 20-yard line, it looks like, where the Wildcats, well, actually right on the 20-yard line, but the Wildcats will take over with 8:43 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and they do still lead 21-12 in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and once again we see we've seen Bruce come out after the half and take their first offensive possession. We'll see now what adjustments Calhoun City might have made at halftime as far as their offense is concerned.
Looks like the Trojans defense is going to try to put a little pressure on Jennings as he takes a snap and hands it to the second man through on the left-hand side, and he'll bounce forward. He crosses the 20-yard line down to about the 23-yard line. Should bring up 2nd down and 7. The Calhoun City Wildcat jerseys, they're in white tonight, are starting to get a little dirty and muddy, and those numbers are starting to get hard to pick up.
Yeah, they definitely are, and as we've mentioned in previous games here at Trojan Field, Steve, the field really has held up really well for as much rain as it's had on it.
So Jennings sends a man in motion under center, and there he goes, takes the snap. He hands it to the running back in a big gaping hole for the Wildcats, and he scrambles. Avery Hill stays on his feet, picks up the 1st down for the Wildcats, and Hill's had a nice evening already this evening, as he's performed not only as a running back but receiver, and he's putting on a nice performance.
Yeah, he most definitely has that, as with several of the Wildcat running backs tonight, Steve.
And Hill's only a sophomore, folks. 7:42 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Jennings takes the snap, and he'll pound it up the right-hand side all the way out to the 35-yard line and pick up about 3 or 4. Well, they're going to give him 5 yards.
Yeah, with the spot, no offense to anybody at all, but with the spot, it will pick up a 5 yards, bring up 2nd down and 5.
So 2nd down and 5 for the Wildcats, and it looks like they're getting into that repetitive motion of just pounding the football right up the middle, playing Wildcat football. And the second man through once again takes the ball, and he'll pick up another 3 or 4 yards. Actually, he's still on his feet, and it should bring up a 3rd down and approximately 2. So he picks up a nice 3 or 4 yard gain there, just right up the gut, power football, as the Wildcats trying to, whether they're trying or not, are hitting the gut hard and taking the ball and playing smash mouth offense with its big running backs.
You're exactly right there, Stephen. Calhoun City knows the longer they can keep their offense on the field, the more time they're allowing their defense to rest.
Jennings under center, I formation. Once again, first man through, fullback gets the ball, and he'll pick up a first down. Well, let's wait to see if he picks up a first down. Yes, they're going to go ahead and move the chains. I believe that Raheem Robertson smashed over the left-hand side and picked up the required 2 or 3 yards for the first down. And once again, the Wildcats moving the chains methodically down the field as the ball rests right at about the 42-yard line. 5:57 left to go in the third quarter, and they do have the lead, 21-12 still, as Jennings in the shotgun formation. To the left, to the right, single-man backfield, and the single-man backfield will keep the ball, and he'll pick up 2 or 3 yards. Once again, that's Avery Hill as the Wildcats spread the field. They give it to the man in the backfield once again to pick up a yard or two. Second down and 8 for the Wildcats. Is J.R. Jennings, the junior quarterback for the Wildcats, are using all his assets right now, whether it's receivers, all his running backs. Everybody's getting to touch the ball tonight. And he's starting looking very much of a commanding performance back there as he drops back, looks down the field. There's a rush. He throws downfield. Wide open across the middle was Jace Chandler. And he'll take the ball all the way down to the Trojan 27-yard line. Nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, it definitely was. And credit Demetrius Evans, number 2 for Bruce, with the shoestring touchdown, possibly touchdown saving tackle there.
Nice movement by J.R. Jennings back there. Bought himself a little bit of time as Chandler came across the middle and created a gap. The ball was right on the money. And now the Wildcats have first down and 10, and the ball sits right at the 30-yard line. JR in the shotgun formation, single-man backfield. He'll throw to his right-hand side, complete to the 25-yard line, and additional yardage all the way down close to the 20. And the first down mark. I don't think he quite picked up the first down. But like I mentioned before, the Wildcats feel like it looks like they're just in a nice rhythm.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and it does. It looks like it just, like I said, in rhythm and just moving the ball down the field is needed. Picking up first downs and burning a lot of time off the clock as we have basically 4:10 left to go in the third quarter with the clock running.
A well-balanced attack here in the third quarter on the Wildcat offense. A nice mix of running and pass plays. I formation. JR pitches it to the running back. Plenty of blockers out front, and he's still on his feet, and he's all the way down to about the 15-yard line as the Trojans did seal off the corner and forced him to turn inside. If he'd made that corner, there was a lot of room, but the Trojans did stop him. And he did pick up the first down. So once again, methodically, and we use that word a lot, 3 yards, 4 yards, 5-yard running gains have just marched the Wildcats down the field.
You're exactly right, Stephen. And like I was hitting back on the point I was talking about earlier, is the fact the longer they're doing this, the longer they're keeping their defense off the field and the Trojan defense on the field, which could provide costly.
Second man through. Avery Hill picks up the ball, and once again, right up the middle. They'll pick up 3 or 4 yards here. It'll create second down and possibly 5, because he fell forward close to the 10-yard line. There's the spot. It's right at the 11. So it'll be second down and 4. But the Wildcats are just putting on a nice display of a balanced offensive attack. As J.R. Jennings, the junior, goes under center, sends the man in motion, I formation. They'll hand it off to the running back, the second man through, and he'll drive forward towards the 5-yard line or further. So I believe that was Demetrius Howard once again on the carry, and he drove forward down inside the 5-yard line, which should pick up a first down.
You're exactly right, Stephen. If you're wondering what I was looking at you so crazy for, is we have a conflict of schedules here. I mean, of rosters here because the roster I'm looking at shows Jennings as a senior.
Okay. So Raheem Robinson goes off the right-hand side once again on a nice little running play, picks up a yard or two. And we'll double-check that. Let's make sure where Grady is.
Well, the reason I say that is because this roster was printed this morning, so I don't know exactly. I mean, you still could be right. I don't know. He's a junior or senior one.
Well, right now he's in command of the offense as the Wildcats go down the field. And they're checking with the sidelines to make sure they're all coordinated. And there's the whistle, begin the play clock. So it's 1:50 left to go here in the third quarter. The Calhoun City Wildcats are getting their play in from Coach Lyles on the sidelines. So second down and goal. High formation once again. Looks like the Wildcats want to run it, and they do. They pitch it to the second man through. Touchdown. So Demarius Howard from 3 yards out punches in a score here in the third.
On the hold for the Wildcats on the 6th grade.
Yeah, and to give credit to the Calhoun City offensive line, I mean, is they did blow a big hole for him to just, like I said, run right on in for the touchdown with 1:25 left to go in the third quarter. Bring the score to 27 for Calhoun City, Bruce 12, pending the extra point.
So we got the snap. It's down, it's up, and it's good. Field goal kicker looking good tonight for the Wildcats. So the extra point is good, which takes the score to 28-12. And we'll take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsor.
Walnut 13, Hatley 7.
I don't know if you heard the background score. Walnut 13, Hatley 7, and several Trojan fans were clapping because at this point in time of the game, the Bruce Trojans need Walnut to beat Hatley to secure a playoff spot. The Calhoun City Wildcats come into this game ranked 5th in the small school poll already by the Tupelo Journal. And the Bruce Trojans are in here trying to secure their playoff spot, and that will be secured by winning this ball game or a Hatley loss. In essence, Hatley has to win to cause some trouble, and right now they're behind Walnut by 7 points. As the Trojans have Shaq Bush in quarterback, and he'll hand the ball off around the right-hand side. He's still on his feet across the 45-yard line as Zay Armstrong shows some skill and finesse and determination as he takes the ball across midfield and now rests at the 44-yard line in Wildcat territory.
Yeah, like I said, Armstrong definitely showing some speed, some of the speed that I was mentioning earlier there, along with some good skill of just flat out running.
59 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Oh my, show some love. Number 32, Raheem Robinson said, "Hello, Mr. Bush." That was wicked. He went airborne.
Yeah, he definitely did, and Mr. Robinson is not a small kid by any means. They've got him listed in the roster at 5'8", 255, and he is every bit of 255. And an update from a while ago, Steve, the Walnut did win the game 13-7. That was a final score.
Okay, so the Trojan fan, you're happy about that score, not this score, as Davis Brown throws the ball way downfield. It's going to be out of bounds as he was trying to complete to Zay Armstrong down around the 20-yard line and bring up third down and 10.
Yeah,
They stopped the clock, so we have 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
a big third down possession here for Bruce. I mean, I realize we still have one quarter left to play, but nevertheless, Bruce really needs to convert to third down here.
So Brown in the shotgun formation, Nick Smith by his side. He'll pitch that ball off to Nick Smith around the left-hand side, and Smith finds a big gaping hole, and he'll pick up the first down and a yard or two more as he crosses the 35-yard line down to the 33-yard line in Wildcat territory. And like you said, Robert, that was a big third down conversion right here before the fourth quarter.
It definitely was, and we have 1 second left on the clock. The clock stopped because they will have to reset the chains.
That does bring the quarter to an end. So the fourth quarter, Trojan Field, Calhoun City Wildcats 28, Bruce Trojans 12, and we'll be back for exciting fourth quarter Schooner River rivalry game. See you in a moment. And we begin the fourth quarter here at Trojan Field for the 2009 edition of the Schooner River rivalry between Bruce Trojans and the Calhoun City Wildcats. And Shaq Bush takes it around the left-hand side all the way down to the 10-yard line on a first down play.
Once again in the wild Trojan formation, Steve.
Double play, first down, Trojan!
And what we mean by the wild Trojan, he's sitting back as the quarterback and he's taking a direct snap and just taking off with it. It's very obvious, but they have not been able to stop him because Shaq Bush this evening's already accounted for the 12 points the Trojans have scored.
First down, 10 yards to go for Trojans.
So it's first down and right inside the 10-yard line. So it's first down and goal to go as Brown takes the snap and he bobbles it a little bit and he gets it back. And I believe he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And
I thought that he actually picked up about a yard on that, Steve, but apparently not.
Nope.
That's the reason I refuse to say how much he picked up when they spot the ball.
Bring up second down, and actually they said he lost a yard. So it's going to be second down and 11 to go. So Brown in the shotgun formation, single man backfield, too wide to the right, and he'll look to his right and hit Shaq Bush for the screen pass, and it's incomplete, in and out of Shaq Bush's hands. Bring up third down and goal to go. Third down and 11. As the Trojans try to close in on this 28-12 score. Tell you, is it just getting a little foggy out there or misty or?
Steve, you probably don't believe me, but I was fixing to say line up in the wild Trojan, and they are.
Yeah. Well, Bush in the wild Trojan formation. He'll keep it himself, of course, around the right-hand side. And this time he does pick up a few yards with the Wildcats. I've seen that now a couple of times, and they stopped it from making a large gain. I hope we don't have a Wildcat down on the field. He looks like he's got a cramp. Should be fourth down and 9. And we will have an official timeout on the field. There's this young man that looks like they're going to attend to him. I don't believe it's serious. It looked like a cramp to me. But it gives us a great opportunity to thank our sponsors tonight. Blunt Motors in Calhoun City. Gary Hawkins, manager, off the square but on the level. Melissa's Pack and Snack in Vardaman, formerly Winners. Come see them today. Insurance Solutions in Calhoun City. Connie Cavendish, your certified Blue Cross Blue Shield agent. Wells Medical Clinic in Bruce. Dr. Wells wishes the best for all county schools this year. Pinnock Produce Company in Vardaman. J.R. Pinnock, president, and Robert Langston, vice president. McGregor Auto Parts in Bruce. Come by for your tune-up and car care. Custom Coverage in Bruce. Sput Deaton says if you own it, we can probably insure it. And So thank you to those sponsors. As the young man gets up and gets off the field. And the Brown picks up a bobbled snap, and he just throws it up for grabs, and the Wildcats grab it at the 5-yard line. So a little mishandled snap, and then Brown throws up a dead duck. Mainly because it's 4th down, you don't have anything to lose. So at 4th down play, tries to make something happen.
Yeah, and in all reality, Steve, I mean, you hate to see the young man throw the interception and not be able, and Bruce not be able to get to touchdown, but nevertheless, though, it actually turned out better for Bruce because they have Calhoun City pinned deeper in their own territory than they originally were going to.
So it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. And J.R. Jennings is going to call a timeout.
Timeout on the field.
So we have a timeout on the field by the Calhoun City Wildcats. And we're going to take a timeout with them with the score 28-12 in favor of the Calhoun City Wildcats. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're at Trojan Field where the band and the music is rocking as the Wildcats on 1st down and 10 deep in their territory after taking a 4th down incompletion from the Trojans. Start off to finish this game, and they'll go off around the left-hand side and get close to a 1st down. With the clock at 10:16 and over a 2-possession game, the Wildcats look like they're going to stick to their game plan and just run the ball down the Trojans' throat, so to speak.
You're exactly right, Steve. They're going to spot the ball down just outside the Wildcat 15-yard line, bring up 2nd down and 2 yards to go.
9:50 left to go in this ball game. J.R. Jennings, boy, he's watching that play clock, isn't he? And it's down to 6 seconds. And he'll take the snap and hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to bring it all the way out to the 27-yard line. And 1st down once again is Demarius Howard. Picks up a 1st down for the Wildcats. And this is exactly what you want to do. We said they were putting on a show last time on well-balanced offensive attack. A nice combination of medium runs for 3 or 4 yards and a nice little passing attack. Drove them right down the field.
You're exactly right. Bring up 1st down and 10 for Calhoun City from their own 23-yard line.
We got flags on the field. I think he waited a little too long till. Let's see.
It's going to be illegal procedure against the Wildcats.
I thought for a second that the time ran out, play clock, but.
Will replay 1st down. 1st down, 15 yards to go for the Wildcats.
So they'll replay 1st down. It'll be 1st down and 15 for the Wildcats.
With the ball resting on their own 17-yard line.
I'm watching very carefully to see if Jennings is watching that play clock this time. It looks like he's just going to go ahead and run it and then hand it to the first man through on the left-hand side, and he'll pick up a yard or 2. So Tevin Hall, one of the running backs we've mentioned several times for the Wildcats, picks up a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Is once again when you have over 2 possessions, time the clock is your friend. Just ticking away. You just want it to run. Jennings under center, I formation. He'll drop back and he's going to throw it on a nice screen pass on the left-hand side, and there's running room and a 1st down for the Wildcats. As a little pass out to the flat turns into a long 1st down, a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, and then like I said, just nice footwork on the part of the Wildcat receiver to pick up the first down plus extra yardage.
That was Darnell Pullum on that pass reception. So Pullum picks up a first down after receiving a nice pass from Jennings. It's first down and 10. And the Wildcats, once again, maintain possession of this ball and maintain that clock ticking down to 7:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Jennings will pitch the ball out on the right-hand side. We have a flag, and he's going to have enough for a first down.
I just have a distinct feeling, Steve, it's going to be holding against Calhoun City.
That's what I was thinking. It was right in front of us, and it just kind of depends on how he picked it up. You're right. So it should be 10 yards from the spot of the foul and replay first down, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to agree with there, Steve. And I believe it was actually about the line of scrimmage. Should bring up first down and 20.
The result of the play will be first down, 20 yards to go for the Wildcats.
So first down and 20 yards to go, and the Wildcats, as they just maintain possession of this ball here in the fourth quarter, as we approach the 7-minute mark. And they're not in any hurry to do anything. But the Trojans, if you're a Trojan fan, desperately need to get a hold of this ball. And Jennings will take the snap as a high formation. He'll give it to the second man through. It'll be Tay Lawrence. And Lawrence will take the ball up for a yard or two gain.
Yes, I believe we're going to spot the ball down about the Wildcat 32, 33-yard line. Bring up second down and about 15.
So we're down to the 6:20 mark now in the fourth quarter. Calhoun City leads 28-12. Like you said, Robert, second down and 15 yards to go as Jennings. 3 men in the backfield. And this time the clock did run out, I believe, so it's going to be a delay of game. And it is delay of game, so they're going to move it back 5 yards. We also want to thank the Ram Shack on Highway 8 in Vardaman, perfect for filling up before the game or any time. NW Farms in Vardaman. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring this football broadcast. Sweet Potato Sweets in Vardaman, known worldwide but located right next door. C&W Farms in Vardaman. Bowles, Honda, and Bruce south of the square. And Margaret Black, CPA in Calhoun City. As J.R. Jennings goes under center, 3 men in the backfield. And actually, he's going to drop back and throw the ball, or at least attempt to throw it. He's going downfield with it, and it's incomplete. He was trying to reach that first down marker, and he threw in a couple of Trojan defenders, and Demarius Howard for the Wildcats just couldn't quite reel it in. Tycom.net in Bruce is one of our sponsors of this evening. Go by there and see them for your DSL dial-up and wireless connections. City Cleaners in Calhoun City. Kim and Company in Bruce, south on the square. Bruce Farm Supplies, and they say go Trojans as J.R. Jennings goes under center. I formation. They'll hand it to the second man through. The Trojans
he fumbled
blitz.
the ball and Bruce recovered the ball. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Steve, but I didn't know for sure if you had saw exactly what had happened or not.
Well, I saw a lot of Trojan jerseys going through the middle of the line of scrimmage.
First down,
And they create a fumble, which creates a first down and 10 for the Bruce Trojans with 5:36 left to go.
23-yard line.
And we've kind of said this tonight several times. Don't leave this ball game. It's Calhoun City Bruce. You never know what's going to happen, and they play every minute of the fourth quarter. And it's going to be is it intercepted?
Yes, it was intercepted in the end zone by Calhoun City.
So Davis Brown steps back and throws the ball, and it's intercepted in the end zone. by the Wildcats. So as soon as they get a fumble, the Trojans give it right back to the Wildcats. Be first down and 10.
Be first down and 10. Calhoun City from their own 20-yard line with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game.
So the Wildcats give it and take it away. 5:30 left to go here in the fourth. 28-12. And the Wildcats should go, well, you would think they would go right back to their running attack that just wore down the clock. And they did on the left-hand side. We have flags in the backfield as the young man breaks it all the way out to the 50-yard line, but I got a feeling that one's going to come back as Avery Hill for the Wildcats made a nice run all the way out to the 50-yard line, which would have been a 30-yard play. But we have flags sitting back here at the 15.
Yeah, and with the area of the field that it come from, Steve, I just fully believe that it's going to be a holding call.
Well, sometimes those holding calls are the reason why you have a spectacular run. So is that what they indicated, holding?
I never saw a signal yet.
Yep.
Yes. Once again, bring up first down and 20.
So first down and 20 for the Wildcats. Jennings in the under center, high formation. He'll hand it to the second man through on the right-hand side, and he's cut down by the Trojans at the 15 after gaining about 4 yards.
I believe that was going to be number 1, Avery Hill, on the carry for Calhoun City, with Justin Green in on the stop for Bruce.
Gain about 5 yards on the play. With second down, 15 yards to go.
Yeah, Justin made a nice open field tackle on that one. He really came up and did very well. Gave him a nice whack, knocked him off his feet. Second down and 15 for the Wildcats, as the Wildcats are in control of this ball game at this time, and Jennings under center, high formation. He'll give it to the running back on the left-hand side, and he'll slip down as he crosses the line of scrimmage, and he'll pick up about a yard. So the Trojans take a timeout, trying to slow down and organize themselves into possibly having something positive happen here in the last 4 minutes and 23 seconds. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on the internet or on Channel 98 on our live audio broadcast. We also like to remind everybody that you could watch this ball game as well as other ball games this weekend. This particular game will replay Friday night at 7, Saturday morning at 10, and we will be of the featured Sunday night game at 9. Boy, we stepped up in the world if we can make the 9 o'clock game. All right, it's all good. 4:23 left to go here in the fourth. And with that score, between Hatley and Walnut, we are looking at 2 playoff teams in the county. Oh my, the Wildcats won a little reverse.
Number 25. Demarius Howard on the carry.
So Demarius Howard
Tackle by number 2 to meet the 7.
gets his bell rung on a reverse that didn't work. He was zipping around that left-hand side, and I thought he was going to break it, and a Trojan just came in there and got him good. As they take a timeout, I believe Calhoun City called a timeout. Oh, the way this is going to work is, of course, we're going to open up the papers tomorrow. It would be Saturday morning, but so many division games are being played tonight because of the pending rains that are coming in. I didn't want to say pending floods because that hasn't happened yet, but we know it's going to rain. So a lot of these contests tonight on Thursday night will decide who plays who in the first round of the playoffs. And since Walnut did beat Hatley, that means Bruce is in the playoffs in the 4th position. I'm not quite sure if Calhoun City is going to be in the 2nd or 3rd. They'll be in the 2nd. So we know Baldwin has won the division, so that's first. As the Calhoun City punts the ball out of its own end zone, as Trey Pratt does a good job of getting that ball away under a lot of pressure from the Trojans. So let's kind of run this down. It's going to be Baldwin number 1, Calhoun City number 2.
The way that
Walnut
I
number 3.
have got this figured, Steve, and I stand corrected on this, is the fact that because Calhoun City beat Bruce and they also beat Walnut, that will automatically put them in as a 2nd seed. And with Walnut beating Bruce, that will put them as a 3rd seed and Bruce 4th. Like I said, I stand corrected on that, but the way I've got it figured is that's how it will be, and Bruce will travel to the winner of the West Bolivar Hollandale Simmons game that's being played tomorrow night.
As Shaq Bush takes it around the left-hand side for the Bruce Trojans, he gets down to the 25-yard line, and he'll pick up enough for a 1st down.
15 yards for Trojans. The result of the play, first down, Trojans.
Which would leave Calhoun City playing at home, playing the loser of the game being played tomorrow night between.
The Trojans are going to go on the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruce is going to either the winner of the West Bolivar Simmons game.
So Bush takes the ball around on a direct snap. Oh, he is way late. Well, he's not way late. They just blew the whistle.
Yeah, I believe he's going to gain 3 or 4 yards on that particular play, Steve.
He ran into Raheem Robinson, and they just called the whistle. I mean, he wasn't even down. They said, Raheem got you, boy. You're just might as well stop it.
But like I said, Calhoun City will play at home and play the winner of the Kennedy O'Bannon game that will be played tomorrow night.
We have whistles on the field. I tell you what, I know the rain's really not supposed to be here, but has that wind picking up, or is it just me? It's starting to get us.
I believe it is, Steve, and even if it hadn't
Feels
picked
good,
up
though.
any, well, even if it hadn't picked up any, I can feel sort of a temperature change in the wind itself, like it could be blowing